Divine greetings, entities, energies, lovelies, bodies of light. This is Aquila Textry. I am conscious chakra and I transmute energy through consciousness. Now, here are 3 ways to tap into your superconscious, keeping in mind that the superconscious is also included with the conscious and the subconscious mind. It is a part of the soul conscious, which I also call the entire mind. And with these 3, obviously there is some type of intercourse that needs to be had. Clearly, there is something that needs to be had. There's a song and dance that's going on with these 3. So I call it having an intercourse in the soul. So with that said, let's go right in to the first step. The first step would be to check in your ego, also known as the conscious mind. So the ego representing the conscious mind meaning, your thinking, your awareness, you're making decisions. This is your decision maker. But again, this is the ego of the mind. This is the ego of the soul, and it needs to be checked in. It needs to be checked into an understanding. Because you might be saying, checked into what? Where am I checking this ego into? It needs to be humbleize. Humbleize is the word that I use. Humbleize your ego. Rather than getting rid of it, we don't want to get rid of the ego. We just want to humble it a little bit. Because the ego just goes. So you want to bring it back a little and check it in. So what we're checking it into is we're checking it into pretty much the subconsciousness, the understanding, which represents the subconsciousness. You are checking your ego into an understanding, getting an understanding of something, which of course carries the ego into a wise ego once you gain this wisdom and understanding. So this is definitely going to involve checking in the ego. Definitely involves loosening the grip, and that's a whole nother topic, but I have a video for that. So if you want to understand how to even loosen the grip of the ego, you can check out the video entitled How to Loosen the Grip, 3 steps how to loosen the grip of the ego. And this is something that's necessary in order for you to get past into the next step. So first step, let's review this. The first step is we must check in our ego. We need to humbleize our ego and check it in to the subconscious, check it into the understanding. And that is step 1. Step 2 would be to release the intuition. Where's the intuition? The intuition is, of course, in the subconscious. It's housed in the subconscious. So once the check-in is done, then the next step is that you can release. You release whatever your intuition has. Now here comes some instructions. The reason why these instructions are important, there's a release that the ego has, that the intuition has. Because truthfully, the intuition is closer to the, let's say it has a more direct contact to the superconscious, because things that we're not aware of consciously drops in the subconscious. The subconscious holds all things, past memories, baby memories. It holds all types of information. It is the recorder of the soul. So out of the conscious and the subconscious mind, the subconscious would be the one that houses information that is unknown to the conscious mind. So therefore, it holds a lot of secrets. It has a lot of secrets. It is a secret compartment to tapping into the superconscious. But you can't just get in by yourself. You can't just get into the superconscious by just tapping into the subconscious, because there has to be a harmony. There has to be an intercourse between the two, which brings me to step 3. Step 3 would be to engage your soul by harmonizing both the conscious and the subconscious mind. So let's review that before we get into that. Let's just take it back a little bit. So first we have our conscious mind. We're trying to get knock. We're trying to get into tap into the super conscious, which is our I am, our divine self, our higher self. So first step is we're checking in. Let's get this conscious mind who thinks he knows it all checked in to an understanding. That's the first step. And when you think of an intercourse, it's checking in, putting something in, as in an intercourse. And then secondly, if you're going to need to release, something releases. Once you insert something, something releases. Sounds familiar? Just like sex, just like an actual intercourse. You put something in and something releases. So it gives some secrets that are in the subconscious, that are held in the secret vaults. And then once it gives, the consciousness can receive that. So as you can see, it's actually a song and dance back and forth. They both give and receive. So the once it releases, it is then giving something back into the conscious phase of mind. And there you see the intercourse. You see the little in and out between the conscious and the subconscious. So there's a constant in and out, back and forth between the conscious and the subconscious. And the key is to having a harmony between the two, rather than having chitter chatter. All the time we walk around and we have a lot of chitter chatter back and forth. So with this, it is harmonizing it by simply taking a step back and saying, hey, ego, check in. Once you got that, hey, subconscious, release. This is the harmony. And once you have that balance and that harmony between the two, you are now opening the free-flowing ideas from the superconscious mind to flow freely. The more you are harmonized, the less chatter there is, the more you can listen to the still small voice from the superconscious. And the more you have a harmony, the louder the voice gets. So think of it like that. The more you're harmony. Step 3 is the most important, because the more you are harmonizing, you always have to focus on harmonizing the two. All I did in step 1 and 2 is just tell you how to get to that harmony. Check in something, release something, and the constant back and forth between that is the harmony. So once you do that, you are now unlocking or tapping into the super consciousness. So faithfully, that helped to get some people there. It's really simple. A lot of people talk about it like it's hard to get into the super consciousness, but you're walking with it all the time. It's there, it's talking to you. That's the I am, that's the God that's talking to you, but we can't hear with all that chatter. So all I'm giving you is the 3 steps to help you quiet that chatter, so that you can have a harmony and hear what's already there and always talking to you, your super conscious. So with that said, that's my take on tapping in to that super conscious highest self. And you can take that and tap into your soul. With that said, each one reach one, teach one. If you don't know where to start, start in your big, beautiful heart. Shine your light from the inside out and be the light that lights the next one. Peace, love, and light.